Hey man, listen. It pains me to talk about some of these stories, but it has to be done. Yeah. Maybe somebody can see something from my past and they can learn from it. So y'all can get two story times today. And this first one is okay, I'm gonna tell you what to do about, you know what I'm saying? My very first heartbreak, and then about the time I fumbled my first bad bitch. So two story times today. Two different videos though. So this one's gonna be the heartbreak first one, you know what I'm saying? But that next one, that next video, how I lost my first bad bitch, man. That shit pains me to even think about it. Nah. But we all gotta go there. We've all been there. We all have to go there. It has to happen. It's a canon event. Canon event. We all has to lose our first bad bitch one time. And when I mean lose, I mean fumble. I fumbled a bit. It was over with. But that's not time for that. Also, you go check out my other story times too. We got my most recent heartbreak, and if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, she blocked me. I'm guessing she seen the story time, and she blocked me on TikTok, Instagram. I guess she seen it, I guess, and then I guess she hit the dislike button because I had two dislikes on there. So how can you really dislike a story time? I don't know. I don't know. It was the truth. I don't think I said nothing bad about her. I don't think. I guess she just didn't like the fact that I pointed out her shystiness and her lying. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing, man. It is what it is. Now, let's get into his first heartbreak. Because I know this girl she'll never see this one. Nah. Never. Ever. Ever. So listen. It is my sophomore year in high school. Yes, sir. Sophomore year. I'm coming off of losing a bad, you know what I'm saying? Well, nah, I didn't really lose that bad bitch. She just shysted my ass. Well, she didn't even shiest my ass out. She was just bullshitting. Like, we not counting that shit. Fuck. I would say fuck her, but you know, that's a whole nother story in itself. If y'all ever want to hear about that. But sophomore year, started talking to this girl. Okay, now listen. I was dating this one girl, right? She was a hoe. Whoa, can I even say that? She was a whoa. Thought them was prime. Roll out. She's very funny though. She's cool though. You know what I'm saying. I wouldn't say I talked to her, but she, you know, pretty cool. I ain't got no ill will towards her. You know what I'm saying. We dated for like what, like a week. So that girl ended up getting into a fight with this other girl, right? And I missed it, of course. The one time I showed up late to school, niggas fighting and shit. Missed the whole thing. I seen the video though. I think I got the video somewhere in my phone. I'm not gonna show that shit though. Yeah. I think by people that know me and they may see this and they may know what I'm talking about. Yeah, when I say she got dragged. She may even see this and be like, what this bitch ass nigga here. But listen, I'm just telling the story time, man. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? No ill will. Even though she hold, man, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that shit. So listen, she got, you know what I'm saying, to her fight. So that girl that was fighting my, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really gonna call her my ex. The bit, you know what I'm saying? But I started talking to her, but I didn't find out that was her in that fighting video until like I want to say like we dated for like a month. I want to say, and she broke up with me, and I was like, well, damn, what the fuck I do? All right, so look, I start talking to this new girl, right? Just comes to find out it's the girl that got, you know what I'm saying, to the fight. So I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know that before I started dating her. I did not know that shit. I seen the video, but I didn't think nothing of it. So, do I know how me and her started talking? Hell no. I'm trying to remember. I think I just hit her up on Instagram or something. Yeah, or she might hit me. I don't know, it was some shit like that. But I hit her up. So, we started talking and whatnot. I remember the first time I seen her in person type shit. We was in school and shit. And what's it called? We just walking around. It was after school, so we just walking around, type shit, just talking and shit. That never mind. But yeah, I remember that day because she took a picture of me. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere in my Instagram archives in my story or some shit. I posted it type shit. But yeah, we dated for like a month or two. The first time. Listen. There's 3 different times where we dated. Probably more, but we're gonna break it down to three. We're gonna break it down to three. So that first time, so I found out after she broke up with me that, you know what I'm saying, that she was the girl in the video. So, my petty ass. I'm very petty. I find some shit out. Hey, that's tough, my nigga. I was petty as shit. Post that shit on my story. I felt played. Bitch, you gonna really you gonna leave me? I said, oh, okay. All right. Posted that bitch. Yeah, she was mad at me and shit. We got over that. And then I want to say we stopped talking for a while. That's what the fuck it was. We stopped talking, right? And then she went to this, man. I gotta tell this part of the story. And then she started talking to this one dude that was supposed to be a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, and I'm not gonna mention no more about that. But basically, she knew I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I kind of didn't like the nigga, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, what's up type shit. So you know what I'm saying? But I guess she was trying to make me jealous because they was only talking for a week, and I'll never forget. We was early in the morning, so niggas used to just walk around and shit until class was ready to start shit. So I'm walking around, and then I see her happy as skippity ass, just skipping around and shit, around the fucking halls and shit, walking with my ass. And then dude, that you know what I'm saying, supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, walked up. He seen it and he turned his ass back around. Then she went after him, said, I'll be back. I guess broke up with that nigga and came back to me. Seen her at the end of the day, touching the back of my head and shit. I'm like, bitch, move, man. What the fuck you got going on, man? What going on, man? So yeah, that happened. Relationship was, you know what I'm saying, it was great. Yeah. First girl I ever went on a date with, went to the movies. The first girl I ever, you know what I'm saying, got the, you know what I'm saying, got the eater, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to top pretend to eat her, you know what I'm saying, in the movie theater. And many times after. But nah, man. What's it called? It was a pretty good relationship and shit. And then, what's it called? We was going on dates, went to the mall and shit. I used to do my hair and shit. I don't really do my hair too much now. I do it, but I don't really do it as much as I did because I knew she liked that shit. So I was in that bitch. So, yeah. Went on dates. Everything was fine. I ain't gonna lie. Everything was cool. Everything was cool. And then we got to that second breakup. Now, the second breakup, I ain't gonna lie to you, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, neither one of us, you know what I'm saying, like, now, listen. You remember the girl I told you that cheated on me? Y'all remember that? Listen. You remember what I told y'all the last one before I started talking to that girl that cheated on me? The other girl had moved. So now I'm talking about this girl I'm talking about now. That's the girl that had moved. And I, you know what I'm saying? So we dated my whole sophomore year, damn near. Was it? Yeah. We dated my whole sophomore year. And then we dated that whole summer. We dated that whole summer. We was damn near together the whole year. But really not the whole year. It was like the end of the school year to the summer, to the next one. So we dated from end of the school year through the summer. Started my junior year. She was like a year younger than me, so her sophomore year. So, oh man. So she had moved. Well, she told me she had moved, and I was like, you know what? Let's try it. I said, let's try the long distance thing and see how it work out, type shit. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it was just me. I couldn't trust that shit. I couldn't trust it, nigga. Cause she used to call me every day, all that, but it was just something about it. I was like, nah, I can't get down with this. So I told her I can't get down with this. We broke up. It wasn't like a ill will on neither of them, you know what I'm saying? She was crying her fucking eyes out and shit. I was sad too, I ain't gonna lie. I was sad, that motherfucker, man. That was my bit, you know what I'm saying, man. She had to move and shit. And I'm like, damn, man. It was fucked up because she didn't even move far. But you know, niggas ain't got cars and shit. So it had to be what it is what it is at that point, you know what I'm saying? So broke up. That whole other situation with that girl went on. Now, my junior year, you remember how I told you I was gonna tell y'all the story next video about me losing a bad bit, fumbling a bad, ain't even fumbling, just losing a bad bit. This is that bit. I met this bit. Hit her up on Instagram. But we're not gonna get into that story. We're gonna wait to the next one. So meet that bit. That happens that y'all will soon to find out next video. And then homegirl, I'll never forget this. I'll never forget what day it was. I just came. All right, so I took a road trip to Kansas. This was in December. So me and homegirl broke up. The girl cheated on me. Fuck her. No, not fuck her. She cool, but nah, fuck that. Fuck her for y'all know what I mean. So I'm in Kansas for the Christmas break. So I come back. To 20. Damn, what day was that? I think I came back Christmas Day. Yeah, I came back Christmas Day. I'll never forget it. I came back Christmas Day, 2:00 in the morning. 2:00 in the morning. Came back home 2:00 in the morning. About to go to sleep. And then I see my phone ding. It was a random number I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck? I looked. I forgot exactly what the message said, but yeah, it was from her. And she was like, hey, how you doing? What you do? You know what I'm saying? That shit. And she's like, I think she said, you trying to go to sleep on the phone? I was like, you trying to talk on the phone? Yeah, that's what she said. She said, you trying to talk on the phone? And I was like, all right, fuck it, why not? So 2:00 in the morning, she answered. We got to talking like ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing. She told me she moved back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, that's why she called. And then she sent me little baby pictures of shit, type shit. We just, you know what I'm saying? And then that next day I texted her. I said, so, what you want? What you texting me for? Type shit, type shit like that. She was like, well, I just moved back. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? She said, and then she was like, what'd she say? Now this is when we started going on like the dates and shit. I think before we just in school. Like this before the second time we broke up, before the second time we broke up, we was just in school and shit. Seeing each other and shit. On the phone every day in the summer type shit. You know what it is. So this time around, this is when we started going on the dates and shit. So she texted me, said, you wanna hit the mall up tomorrow? I was like, alright, fuck it. Nah. So I'll never forget the day. It was after Christmas. I'll never forget this day. I keep this memory in my head. Nah. So, I mean, I'm in the mall walking around and shit. I ain't know where the fuck she was at. So I texted her. I said, where you at? She was like, I'm in Zoomies. Now, mind you, I don't go out much. You know what I'm saying? I go out play basketball and shit like that. But to the mall ain't really my shit. You feel me? Fuck the mall. But I ain't know where the fuck Zoomies was. So I said, I don't know where that's at. Nah. Still to this day, I can't tell you where that Zoomies at is in that mall. I still can't tell you. So I told her, I said, GameStop. You know what I'm saying? She said, stay there. I was like, all right, bet. So I'm sitting there browsing games and shit, and looking around, looking at shit. And then just out of nowhere, I hear in the fucking, I look to the door, and there she is standing in the doorway like these. Like these in the doorway, like these. And then she started walking up and shit. And then just I turn around, act like I didn't see her. And then what the fuck? All I hear, my fucking in the back, like on the side of my, like in the back side right there. All I hear is fucking stomping like these. She doing lunges. You know, she hit nose, walking up on me. I said, what the fuck? I'm like, man, what the fuck is she doing? So we reunited in the mall. Her cousins were there. Her cousins were pretty cool. I think all of her cousins are cool, you know what I'm saying? They was pretty funny. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Of course they don't fuck with me, but that was, nah, man. Nah. All her cousins was cool. Her mom liked me. I think everybody liked me. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. You know, I hope. Nah. So we used to take pictures of them all and shit. I was enjoying life and shit. It was going like these for a look. We got back together that third time, y'all. It was like these damn near the whole time. But what do I tell y'all? What do I tell y'all every time in these story time videos that I do now? Because I got inspired by T Banks and these other niggas doing story times, where I want to do some story times. When it goes like these, something's bound to happen to go like these. And this was the breakup. I'm not gonna lie. I was at my lowest point in life, nigga. I was at absolute rock bottom. I'm missing like details of just little minor arguments and breakups and shit, but I don't want to hear about that shit. Let's just get to this main, you know what I'm saying? When it started, it was going like these. So we reunited, got back together. Everything was like these. We tried things, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Snuck in our house. We had videos at school. We was always together. And then one day, she seen me and my ex had text me. She had grabbed my phone, right? I feel like this was the moment when not everything went like these, but it was like it kind of got us. It was the climax, you know what I'm saying? Like we was right here the whole time, so it was like this the whole time, stagnant, like these before the fall off. Before the fall off, it was just like these after that moment. I promise. But my ex we wasn't even texting each other like on no, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing like that. Like we just in class and shit. Yeah, I shouldn't have fucking, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have indulged in that, but who cares? You can't change it now. Like I wasn't even on that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Like I wasn't even on that. Like I wasn't texting her like, you know what I'm saying? There's a misunderstanding and shit. So I snuck in her house that day. She seen it. She threw my phone at me. It wasn't like a JT throw the phone, but it was like a fucking. She just tossed that bitch at me. She said, "Leave." I said, "Damn, what I do?" I was like, "What you mean? What I do?" And she blocked me after that. Yeah, she blocked me. So seen her in school and shit. You know, I had to. You know what I'm saying? I had to. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my girl back. You know what I'm saying? So I walked because I knew where her classes was. We've been dating that whole year, so I knew where her classes was. So during lunch, I was like, you know what? I know where I can find her ass. Because one of her teachers, before she goes there, she ain't got nobody in there. She's usually always in there doing work and shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to go see her ass about that. So we was in that bitch. We was talking. She didn't want to talk to me. She was like these, but she wasn't trying to talk to me. But she opened up finally, and she's like, "Boy, it was the bell had rung, and class was, you know what I'm saying? That was the lunch bell. It was time for everybody to go to class. Shit. So before I left, you know what I'm saying? I told her, I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Unblock the nigga real quick. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh my God, boy, bye. I got you. She's like, all right, whatever. Unblock me, and the boy's back in there. The boy was back in there. So it was good. We finished the school year out. We was together. And you remember how I told you it was just stagnant? You would think a good moment. You would think a good moment. You would think a good moment. Supposed to be a good moment. Would boost it back up like these, but that shit did not help nothing. That shit, I think at that moment, it just. All right, so look, it was July. I remember what day it was. I'm not gonna. It was July 1st. No, 2nd. Yeah, it was July 2nd. She met my grandparents. Right. She came in the house. All that. My grandparents met her mom. Her mom and my grandparents. All that. We was all in that bitch. And from that point on. This is why I told myself I'll never let another girl meet no none of my family, my you know what I'm saying, parental figures in my life ever again, or I'll never let another girl step foot in my house ever again. Because from that moment, I think that shit, bro. Listen, hold on. Before we even finish the story out, listen. I'm being so dead ass serious when I tell you this. I would never let another girl meet my grandparents, my mom, my dad, nothing. Because every time they meet at least one of those, we literally, or they step foot in the house, we literally break up like a month later. Like I promise you. Because the girlfriend I had, you know what I'm saying, the last video y'all heard about, my most recent one, I told her in the car one day. I was like, no, it was after she stepped foot in the house and met him, right? We got back in the car that same day. We was in the car. I looked at her. I said, "Oh, brother." I said, "Oh, I hope this ain't true." I said, "I got a super." I forgot exactly what the fuck I said, but I said, like, I got a superstition. I'm worried about. And she was like, "What is it?" I said, "I don't want to tell you. I don't want it to become true, but superstition is any girl that steps foot in my household or meets anybody, we're gonna break up. It's bound that we're gonna break up like a month after. Like, you meet them, and within weeks, in the span of maybe like a month or, yeah, a couple weeks, we're gonna break up. Like, I legit think that's a real thing. Because every girl that has met somebody, we literally break up like a month later. But in this case, with this girl we're talking about, it was a couple weeks later. It was literally 2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks later. And it's fucked up how, we want to get to that. But yeah, no girl will ever meet anybody ever again. Nah. Especially if I really like you. We're avoiding that at all costs. Because a month later, it's crazy. I might just crash the fuck out. Nah. So let's get back to the story. So a week go by. Okay, so from that point where she met my grandparents, we're talking about my very first heartbreak here. From the very first point she met my grandparents, that first week, it was cool. But the first week she started acting weird. Like the first week after that, she started acting weird. And I was like, the fuck? She wasn't texting as much. She wasn't calling as much. And then I hop on Instagram. Of all fucking places. She's taking her ass in the store with a cousin. And I'm like, That was my first indication that, nigga, you're about to get dumped. Or you have to find out the hard way. And in this case, I found out the hard fucking way. So she wasn't talking to me that whole fucking week. She wasn't talking to me the whole week. And then that second week came by. She finally said something. She's like, woody whoop whoop, I don't think it's gonna work out. Woody whoop 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 whoop. I'm like, what the fuck? We literally just, so listen, y'all. Listen. If you don't ever take something from me, take this. Take this right here. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this. If she breaks up with you and you trying to fight for it. So let's say y'all have had previous history and all that, and she breaks up with you. Like y'all broke up with each other before, and you say, nah, let's talk about it. Let's do this and that before. And she would go for it. If you do that this time, and she don't go for it, buddy, she's found somebody else. You're cooked. You're done. I know I say you're cooked a lot nowadays, but that nigga T-Banks, that nigga's the GOAT. Shout out T-Banks. Nah, but still, you're done. She has found her new nigga. Her new one. So at that point, if she ain't trying to work on it, if she ain't even brought up the idea of, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like this, and that, but I want to figure out how we fix it, or there might be a way to fix it, or some shit like that. If she just real deal, just laying that shit out to you, you sit there trying to fight, but she ain't going for it, just let it be. Just let it be. I promise you. Because I promise you what she's about to do next, that shit's not worth it, my brother. You do not want to find out the hard way like I did. So, me not listening, thinking, maybe we can work this out. I can talk to you, you know what I'm saying? This and that. I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. I promise to God, I will never, ever, 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 ever. If she want to leave, I'm gonna let her leave. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. If she want to leave, let her leave. I promise. And when she leave, do not ever let her go back. I went back with so many other girls in my life. Don't do it. Now Right now, in this moment right now, I will never go back to anybody. Any of them hoes text me, I'm not going back. Ever. Ever. I promise. Never go back. She want to leave, let her leave. So I'm sitting here trying to fight for it, but she's still not talking to me. She stopped talking to me after a while, like a day. Now when I tell y'all gotta listen to me with this. When I tell you if she wants to leave, let her leave. What I'm about to tell you next that she did to me, well, what she did and I found out, this shit will crush your spirits. I promise you, I didn't eat for like a week. I promise. After I seen that shit, I did not eat for a week. Now listen, I told you I was trying to fight for it, right? But like I said, hey, listen, y'all heard me just say it for like 10 minutes straight just now. So listen, I was trying to fight for it, but she wasn't going. So that very next day, tell me why she reposted on her story. She reposted on her goddamn story a picture of her and this other nigga. Her and this other nigga. So me trying to sit here and fight for this shit, I see that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm hurt. I'm fucking hurt. I'm devastated. I was a skinny nigga. You can see my ribs. Nigga, you can see my skeleton now. I was distraught. I clicked that motherfucker. I see pictures of her and him. She's sitting there like this. Like those. I'm swiping through them bitches. If nothing but them and her, she laying on this nigga bed. Laying on this nigga bed with him. They kissing and shit. I see that. I'm like, oh hell no. I promise you, I was thinking about ending it all that day. I was about ready to crash the fuck out. I was about to end it all that day, I promise. That shit hurt my soul, nigga. I'm not gonna lie. That hurt my soul. I was about to call it quits that day. The very day before, you sitting here trying to fight for the relationship. Then the next day, she posts her and another nigga. She laid up in this nigga bed. He rubbing her feet and shit. Down the bed smooching and shit. Who knows what else they did? You know they did more. You just know it. But you're telling yourself, nah, man, nah. No, nigga, yes, it happened. And mind you, this nigga, he was about tall as shit. He probably about 6'5" or some shit. He played basketball and shit. I peeped the profile when I was looking that day. I was distraught. I was about ready to crash the fuck out. Get a car. Don't even have a car. Just go get a car. GTA type shit. Say, right into this nigga's legs. Break his kneecaps. You would not be hoopy no more, sir. Cause fuck you. That shit is crazy, boy. I cussed her ass out that day. I'm not gonna lie. But I learned a very valuable lesson that I like to pass on to the youth and everybody before me, after me, the future, the everything. If she wants to leave, let her leave, man. Just let her leave. Because she has a new one. If you're hearing this right now, and if somebody needs to hear this right now, show them this right now. Listen, if you're trying to fight for the relationship, she not going, just let her go, bro. Just let her go. If she wants to leave, just let her leave, bro. Because she found a new one. That's the best way I can put it. But when he don't, you know what I'm saying? When you was, listen, when you doing right by her and all that, and she realized he ain't like that, or something like that, you know, like he ain't like you type shit. He ain't doing all the extra. He ain't going, you know what I'm saying? She gonna try to come back. And do not let her come back. Never go back. If she wants to leave, you let her leave and you make her live with that for the rest of her life. Do not ever make the same mistake I did. Granted, when she did all that, she never tried to come back. So, I'm just saying from other experiences I've had. Don't ever go back, my nigga. Don't ever go back. Never. Ever. Ever. Don't go back. It's not worth it. I promise. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. do it. That's really all I got with this story time. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's all I got. Now I'm gonna tell this last little story time after this one. I'm gonna tell this last one. And this one hurts me the most still to this day. So I'm gonna see y'all in that video. I'm out here.